to Beans and Breakdowns, a podcast dedicated to bridging the gap between specialty coffee and the heavy music community. On this episode, I'm joined by Ty Askin and Ty Shaw of the band Slewfoot. So grab a fresh cup of coffee and wake the fuck up! What's going on, Caffeinated crew? Today, I'm joined by not one, but two Ties. And by Ties, I mean people named Ty, T-Y. They play in Slewfoot. It's like the second Slewfoot episode, but what's going on, Ties?
What's happening, dude?
Hello.
That intro is so disturbingly bad.
No, it's great, man.
Better than I can do forever.
Oh, well. Your bench press is better, but we won't get into that. Are y'all drinking coffee?
I am. We got Bohemia, downtown Barrie's finest. A bit of an upgrade from the last episode. I think I was drinking True North Blend Keurig.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That I know it was a K cup.
I've upgraded, man. Slewfoot's been doing well. I've been able to get some quality coffee, and it's good.
That's right. I was drinking Bohemia coffee, but I chugged it. It's gone. So I'm empty-handed. You know, it's down my gullet, down my long neck. No big deal.
Was it iced?
I did get an iced coffee. My go-to 4 shots actually.
Iced is always like my go-to when I go to like a quick place like Tim's or Starbucks. But if I go to like a nice place, I always feel obligated to get like a latte or a flat white or something, or Americano. I don't know why. I feel like going there and getting an iced coffee, I feel like I could utilize their menu.
I know the ice situation at Bohemia quite well. So, you know, if I don't use it, they'll lose it type of deal. It's just gonna sit in that ice machine.
I remember a dark time where during the winter you couldn't get iced drinks in Montreal. Luckily,
that's crazy.
We've progressed.
What do you mean? They'd just be like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, they'd just be like, "We don't do ice." They would just turn the ice machine off for the winter.
That's bananas.
Just throw some snow in it.
I mean, that's what it came down to. It, you know, hard times, desperate measures. I'm happy that we've hit more of a specialty third wave type beat for this episode. Barrie's on the come up, you know.
Bohemia best in Simcoe County, I would argue. And if you say otherwise, catch me behind the counter at Bohemia.
Are you behind the counter at Bohemia?
Yeah, I'm currently pouring some espresso for them. I usually my normal job is I'm a cement finisher. Mm-hmm. But this winter has been particularly brutal for like snow and ice, so can't really pour no concrete. So I'm pouring espresso.
Just pouring up.
And are you Ty? Are you other Ty? Are you still pouring liquor?
No, dude. I'm done. I'm done with that. I left. Thank God. Like the straight edge bartender bit was like funny for like a few months, and then it just got really sad, and I was like, I can't be around this anymore. But no, I'm working for FedEx now, driving. So sick. Way better.
Yeah, you're done in the afternoon.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah,
I know how it works. Well, sick, because I'm happy that we got on Bohemia, because my next question literally was best coffee in town. So it's good to know that Barrie has a place that is not Tim Hortons or Starbucks.
Oh yeah, 100%. And yeah, we got lucky. But Aurelia also sneakily has really good coffee shops. I would say, you know,
don't say it. Don't say better.
Not better, but really, really good considering the size of Aurelia.
Okay, I'm gonna have to write this down because I'm about to beat through there. So we got Bohemia, which I think the only coffee shop I have saved in Barrie is Common Good Cafe. Is that not good?
It's okay. It's like, I would, you know, it podiums. It's getting a silver.
What's the other one? Across what's that one called? Homestead?
Homestead has coffee.
Okay, they're they're a bakery.
I'm not putting that one down.
Okay.
Yeah, they have like they specialize in bread. Their bread's good.
Where is
I
I see.
really good fucking coffee from there, but I don't know.
Aurelia is super small.
It is. They have like 2 or 3 really crazy cafes that are like phenomenal. Just like I don't know what. There's one dude in town that locked in on coffee and started hiring people, and then everybody kind of learned from him, is what I heard. And then they opened their own cafes. So,
like, I'm seeing Mark IV Brothers.
Yes, that place is the best.
Hell yeah! And then I saw like G's Coffee House or some shit like that. Is that not?
I've never been to G's, but they have another coffee shop downtown called Lone Wolf, and they're really good. And
Lone Wolf has all like the skateboards on the wall and stuff, don't they?
I think, yeah, they have a few. They're like in like it looks like an old mechanic shop.
Yeah. That place
If I see this photo for the coffee shop, can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Pour over
with the scale.
A V60, black metal V60 on a scale with what looks like an EKG fellow kettle. We're all good.
Is that Mark IV Brother? Is that a Mark IV Brother photo?
It's Lone Wolf.
Oh, yeah. I think the guy who runs Lone Wolf used to work for the guy who runs Mark IV.
We're running on a 4.8 rating.
It's beast. It's really good.
Wild.
So,
okay. Yeah. Well, thanks for plugging me in on that.
Do what I can.
I have a Google Maps like saved list called Tour Coffees, where it's just like any city that we're going to or have been to. I mark the cafes with a little coffee cup. So if y'all ever need a list, let me know.
100%.
My only issue with like these coffee shops is they always tend to close early.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know,
yeah,
I want a coffee at like 5, 6 sometimes, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Brendan in Slewfoot was complaining to me about that when he found out I started working at Bohemia. He's like, can you get them to adjust their hours? I was like, I'm washing their dishes right now. I'm not doing a whole lot.
Do they do the thing where you start as bus and then you have to like work your way up to barista?
They got me right in the trenches like pretty quick with like zero experience, but everybody that works there is like super good at their job. They were like grilling me over my milk steaming skills initially because a long time ago I used to work as a bartender at like in Niagara when I lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we used to like I would have to make like espresso based liquor drinks or something, and like people would want steamed milk and I'm just foaming it. And then when I started working at Bohemia, they're like, dude, this is good. Like throw that milk out, remake that drink. Like we want that milk to look like wet paint.
Thank you.
So that's where I'm at. I'm on that wet paint train.
Hell yeah.
Steaming's an art for sure.
Yeah. I mean, no bad milk.
People they want to know the secret of good latte art. It's just good milk texture.
100%. I'm starting to make this is like I'm talking a big game right now. I just finished my 4th full shift yesterday. And I started doing like hearts. I was like, God damn, nice. I'm like, this is what it's all about. And I'm like, I'm not going back to concrete. I'm just going to be pouring hearts and leaves. And
they no longer look like ball sacks.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of dongage. It was crazy.
Me too. I've been there. I got a barista that started a couple months ago and they're pouring straight dongs. And I'm just like,
it's not that good.
It's tough. I didn't think you had to be like, you know, have that much dexterity pouring the art because I'm a black coffee guy. So I'm like, fuck, I'm not drinking anything with milk. Who cares? Yeah. And so like pouring concrete and playing drums has kind of like destroyed my hands. And I have who would have thought between pouring concrete, playing drums, powerlifting, I have no mobility. So it's just like straight for the first like week. It was just like straight dongs. And I was like, I can't serve this.
You're just on oven.
Yeah. Just on oven, just on dishwasher.
Make drip.
Yeah.
We need a new batch of drip. I'm on it. So what was the coffee were you just drinking black coffee, both of y'all?
What were you drinking?
Yeah. I had a iced coffee, 4 shots before this.
Wait,
And then,
was it Americano?
yeah. Iced
Dog.
Americano, 4 shots.
Don't be doing that.
I like it. It's nice. And then
Americanos are bad.
it's pretty, I know. I like me a nice drip coffee every now and then, but you know, I had to get that iced Americano.
I've never had an Americano I like. It always tastes like, well, no, that's a flat white.
Flat white, but those are shots.
Yeah.
Shots from the machine.
But just
brother.
a straight Americano tastes like if you poured like water in an ashtray. And then
That's
like
literally how I feel about Americanos.
It reminds me, I like me an ashtray. It reminds me of my first girlfriend from high school.
Was she an ashtray?
She was the first person I ever kissed that like smoked cigs. And I was like, damn, this is crazy.
Yo, you never forget that.
Yeah.
Is that what made you straight edge?
Actually, I strayed from the path a little bit. You know, I started blasting darts myself. I was like, this is a good flavor, a good texture.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say to anybody who's on the fence about claiming edge. Kiss somebody who, you know, blasts darts and then see what's up, see what's good.
Yeah, kissing someone with like booze breath when you're sober too, definitely
horrible.
Yeah, you know, it definitely keeps you strong in your sobriety edge.
Yeah, let me just make a barf kiss right now. This is great. Just won't light any matches. What was the best? Oh, actually, wait. I gotta tell you what I'm drinking. I almost skipped right over that.
Ooh, let's go.
I got something from Traffic.
Okay, hell yeah.
It's called Quasikomodo.
Oh, sick! It's got the Quasimodo guy on the front.
Yeah, it's got this Dode.
Oh,
can you see him?
He's got a cool looking guy right there.
He's a cool dude. And it's from Indonesia. It's a Sumatra, but it's a honey processed Sumatra, so it's a little bit more funky, and it tastes like blood orange Campari, like the
soda.
Okay, yeah, you could call it like the soda, but I was thinking more like what you put in a Negroni. But it's just like orange liqueur, like really kind of bittery orange. And then for some reason they also put skinny dipping as a note. I don't know why.
Skinny dipping.
Yeah. Traffic does that shit. Like they'll just put like out of pocket notes on their coffees.
Naked wet body.
Yeah, I love that. It's pretty funny.
It's like epic sauce.
This dude, the guys who run this, they're like into like punk and hardcore and shit like that. So I'm supposed to have Jesse from Traffic on hopefully some point soon. We're trying to line it up, but respect the hell out of these guys. As somebody who does roast coffee a lot now, they have good coffee. And they always have cool designs. Sick. So yeah, just black.
Just black. Always. There we go.
Yeah, always.
The man after my own heart, for real.
I just don't like milk. I don't know.
My weak body can't process dairy properly. So just get out of here. And when I first started working out a lot, this is essentially just boiling down to having an eating disorder. I basically just was like, the only two things I can drink are water and black coffee if I want to get shredded. Yeah. And I did not get shredded, but I acquired a taste for black coffee. So I think I came out on top.
You acquired a mental health, mental health disorder.
Body dysmorphia, I think, is what it's called.
Endless body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Damn. Cool.
Too much coffee too, man, is like not a joke. Like there's like that whole like question whether coffee or caffeine is like straight edge, like if it qualifies, and like definitely it does, but there's a limit. There's a line. Like 1, 2, maybe 3 coffees, sure. But if you're crushing 5, 6, 10, 20,
10,
20
a day is not good.
I'm crushing a lot of coffee, but if it's not straight edge, man, take my X away from my username and nail me to a V60, baby. I do not care.
Nail me to a V60. So romantic.
But it's not as serious. I think it's like a soft break. If you have like 10 copies, it's a soft break. There's a grace period. But if you're gonna do that every day, I think you can hand over your swatch to the committee and then you can get it back. Maybe
Yeah. That there's something to be said, because what is the whole point of straight edge? You're not altering your mind, right? You don't want to do anything. And I can speak from experience. 5 to 10 coffees is gonna alter your fucking brain.
That's right. Straight edge has altered me to make me dumber. So
listen, I'm not edge, so I'm super fucking smart, dude.
That's right.
The smartest dude in Montreal. I'm just kidding. That's not true. What was the best show of 2024?
Oh, whatever show we were playing. No, I definitely.
Oh man. I would say personally, I think when Prison came back for their reunion show in Barrie, I gotta plug Barrie, but Prison was like the band in Barrie, maybe in like the mid 2010s. It took like a 6-year break, I think, and then they came back in last March, and I had never seen the Queens so fucking packed with like hardcore moshing. Like the Queens get sold out often for like metal shows, and you see that, like there's that, but for a hardcore show, the Queens was like, it was scary. It was scary, and I don't normally say that. Like these guys were bringing were like fucking like 300-pound, like 6'4" dudes I've never seen. I'm like,
Big
where the
Jeff.
Big
Jeff, he goes to my gym.
I was like, where the hell did you come from, dude? Like, I'm supposed to be the big guy. I like don't, but yeah, no, that was probably my favorite show. Prison, Just Right. We're on that. Over
Just
it.
Right's good.
Yeah. I went to Japan for my honeymoon. I got married in November.
Oh, congrats.
And thank you. Sorry to my lady. I'm a bit of a boat anchor, but on our honeymoon, Yoshi from Die Alone, Side to Side in the Kitchen, the most famous man I probably know, DM'd me and was like, I see you're in Osaka. He's like, Ingrown's playing tonight. They're playing at this bar. And I looked and it was like 10-minute walk from my Airbnb. And I looked at my wife. I was like, do you want to see Ingrown tonight? And she doesn't like hardcore. She was like, fuck no, but you can go. And I was like, beast. So I walked there on like during my honeymoon. I dipped on my wife. I went and saw Ingrown in a room like smaller than this apartment. And they ripped.
Come on, dude.
Oh, this apartment's huge, by the way. It's like 3 floors. But
damn.
Yeah, Japanese hardcore is no joke. I actually got my ass whooped for real. Like,
did you mosh?
I did mosh. I tried my best. There was a bunch of dudes from like Bangkok and there in this band Rex Res. They share members with Whispers.
Fuck yeah.
And so they kind of have like a crew they roll with, and those guys are just throwing down in like full Arc'teryx fits. Just the craziest fucking shit I was seeing. And then when like the locals started moshing for like the local bands like Runner and Wrong State, it was nuts. Like I have not been that scared in a very, very long time. And like I didn't want to use my travel. Oh, it was nuts. Like I thought I was gonna have to call like my travel insurance and be like, I got fucked up. Like cover me. But
was it that bad?
It was nuts. Like it was a tiny venue, and just like I've never seen like people here throw spin kicks. You go to bigger shows, people are throwing down hard. Like I went to a Steel City show like 2 years back, and it was like SOV, RD, Cold Shoulder, a Big Deal, Enemy of God. And that show was crazy. Like that small space, people moving so violently was just so nuts. But I would say the show that I saw in Japan was like so much more, like just a complete disregard for just like anybody else. Like nobody's getting picked up. It's just straight like acrobatics.
That's fucked up.
It was unreal.
Man. Well, that was a flex.
Yeah, not to flex. Also, local shows, I don't go to those. I go overseas now.
Ty 2, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, no, that's huge. That's huge. You can't top that. I mean,
No, like him not going to local shows anymore.
Oh yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah, dude. No, this guy's at every fucking show early. This guy's there before doors. So,
actually, the local show of the year for me is Prowl was supporting Spy and Comeback Kid, and I jumped off the monitor onto a guy's head, and I dislocated my shoulder, and I dipped before Comeback Kid because I wanted to see Spy and Prowl, and I had to work in the morning. But that show was my Barrie show of the year. And
that was a good one.
Loose open for it.
Loose open for that one. Yeah, that was
local. They're not a hardcore band, but they're very much like they're close enough that we love them.
They're kind of like early Power Trip, like specify early, or like Fugitive or
like Crossover.
Yeah, I could see them like ripping an Iron Age cover and like No for No Perfect. Like they would do it justice. I think they did Executioner's Axe at that show as their like hardcore cover.
Yeah, didn't they? I think they opened with that, didn't they?
It was early in their set.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah, they're all good dudes, and all those guys in that band are like pro skaters, legit. Like they're all so fucking good. They ride for the local shop here, like just fucking crazy.
That's a super crossover-y show with Prowl and another crossover band opening.
Yeah,
mixed bill. And then Spy too. Spy are very unique too.
Yeah, they're like kind of like crusty hardcore with crossover bits, I guess. It's very like West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show was my show of the year too, because Ty was like, yo, let's go up to the green room. And we just went up, and Alice was shooting Spy on that tour. And we went up, completely ignored all the bands and just shot the shit with Alice for like an hour. And we were like, yo, can we like have this sparkling water that's for Comeback Kid? Like just grabbing stuff from their rider.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not eating 20 bags of chips, are they? Like we can give no.
So yeah, shout out Alice.
Shout out Alice.
I wouldn't have been as hydrated for that set if not for our nice discussion up in the green room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw Alice. Alice shot like all of Madhouse, and they would like drop the camera for every now and then for a little mosh part.
Insane mosh style. Insane.
Good. Very acrobatic.
Very lengthy.
Yeah,
takes up a lot of space. You don't think so, and then all of a sudden it's just like wide and just like crazy.
Oh. Where are we going with this? Best show of 2024. What's next? I feel like we're moving through this very quickly. You guys aren't as talkative.
Really, eh?
I'll pick it up.
2024. When I was in Ottawa before that Brit show, Hoods and Sworn Enemy and Brick by Brick were playing Dominion Tavern in Ottawa.
They played Dominion Tavern?
Yeah. Yeah, so my lady Sarah and I were walking around, and we're like, because we stayed in Ottawa the night before, we're just like, okay, whatever, walk around, and then we just see this like show out front, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? And I see on the chalkboard, and it's like Hoods, whatever, and it was the lineup out the door, and I walked to the door just to see what's good, and then the guy running the door, I was wearing an SOV shirt, and he's like, yo, dude, sick shirt, man, and he's like, come in, straight up, and I was like, what the fuck? And that pit was again like fucking insane. I don't know where these fuckers came from. Must have came from Montreal, because I don't know how hard Ottawa scene is, but that was a scary fucking show too. Maybe the old heads came out of retirement or something.
That's the thing, is everywhere you go, there's like some old heads that just know how to fuck it up, and they make everybody looks like poopy baby moshers.
There was one dude, like Zdeno Chara, like the hockey player. Like he's 6'9" off of skates.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
there's a dude in that pit who had to have been almost 7 foot, and he was just like picking kids up and like just slamming them to the ground.
That's so sick.
And like he had zero style, but he was moshing to make it hurt. Like he was like just out for blood.
What's that
And
dude's name in Toronto? Native?
I've heard Tail. But
It's not that guy, is it?
no,
no.
who's that? Who's that guy in Toronto?
Big.
He's just like, yeah, he's just big. Like I think I saw him at Hold Your Ground Volume 1.
Mm-hmm. He was there.
And
Every scene has one of those guys for sure. Ours in Barrie would be Andrew Welford. Shout out Welford,
Big Jeff, that showed out for one prison show, and went into hibernation.
One and done.
I mean, does that mean he'll be at our show because prison's playing?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
you know, I haven't seen Jeff in a while. I think he's nursing a powerlifting injury, from what I heard.
Damn.
I don't mean to air out his public,
his
public health struggles, but I think he was benching like over 200 kilos. Jesus. And just like something happened. There's always injuries in pounds.
What is that in pounds?
It's like 440 pounds or something.
200 kilos?
Yeah. 440.
It's like almost double that. So it's like 400 something pounds.
Yeah. That's nuts.
So, yeah, pretty boss move. That guy, if you're benching 400 pounds and you're in the mosh pit, I think default, you get the belt. You know, you're the champion.
Yeah. But it also means that he can't clap his hands or like, itch his elbow.
He's like John McCain, man. Can't lift his arms over his head, lift his baby up.
Dude, RIP.
Yo, yeah, rest in piss, man.
Oh man. He's a national hero.
Sorry. Does Meghan McCain listen to this? She got demo me.
She might come up there all the way to Barrie to a hardcore show and just like pit boss you.
Damn, shout out The View for real.
Nah. Ty 2, this is so fucking confusing. We talked about your background in hardcore, but we haven't heard from Ty 1 about how he got into hardcore. So how'd you get? Are you from Barrie originally?
I'm from Niagara. I moved to Barrie in 2019 to live with my lady, and I just kind of, I'm now like, I think I'm like here for good. But if shit goes sideways and my life goes back in the gutter, I think I got moved back in with my parents in Niagara. Oof. I think so.
In your race car bed.
Yeah, in my race car bed. Actually, my parents most recently packed up my room. I haven't lived there in like 5-6 years, but they were like, after I got married, they waited till I got married to be like, we're taking your room back.
That was nice of them.
Yeah. Very considerate.
My parents were like moving my shit out while I was still there.
Yeah. My dad was like trying to rent my bedroom like as I was moving out.
Oh, that's
I was like, I got a viewing today at 3. Can you like not be here?
You come home every day, just more stuff's missing. Where's my fucking blanket?
Where's my whole bed?
I was like, I had a job interview up in Barrie on like a Tuesday. And then I found out I got the job the next day. And then I moved to Barrie on the Saturday. So like I pretty much gave my parents like no heads up. I was like, hey, I'm going up to, my wife's name's Paige. I was like, I'm going to go up and visit Paige real quick. I have a job interview too. I went to the job interview, heard back the next day, started packing my stuff on the Thursday. And I think the Friday I was like, yo, I'm moving out tomorrow. And then they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I got the job. I got to go.
Peace.
I was like, sorry. So yeah, how I got into hardcore. Sorry. I got just like anybody else, just got through it through cool clips on TikTok and Reddit during COVID. And I said,
what the fuck up?
No, I got into, I played in like a metalcore band in high school. I got into like alternative, not alternative. I got into metal through my dad, but like boomer metal, like Metallica and like Judas Priest. Like he would take me to shows when they'd play like Molson Amphitheater. So I got into heavy music young. And then my first interaction with hardcore, he took my cousins to go see Fall Out Boy in Buffalo. And somebody from Victory Records was handing out like a mix CD outside. It's like 2005. So I got this mix CD and I put it in my CD player at home. I was like 7, and it had Comeback Kids Wake the Dead on it. But then it also, so this is where I strayed. If I stayed with Comeback Kids Wake the Dead, I would have been much cooler at a younger age. But I really gravitated towards like I can't remember what Atreyu song was on there, but like there was an Atreyu song.
Bulls on Broadway or some shit like that?
Something about
Bleeding
Bulls.
Mascara.
They were playing in the rain because there was also like a DVD on that too.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
Yeah, it was. I gravitated towards that because I thought like I was like, oh, this is like metal. This is like the new wave of metal.
Yeah,
and I was
mean,
like,
it kind of was though.
Yeah. So like in my 7-8-year-old mind, I was like, I'm gonna turn my pops onto like some cool guy shit and show him these guys with like mascara and like tight black jeans. And my dad was like, if it has screaming in it, it's not even real music. And so I kind of like was into that realm for a little bit. And then in high school, I joined my first band, and it was like, Rise Records, metalcore, like skinny jeans style metalcore band.
Crabcore?
Yeah, pretty close. I think we were post crabcore.
Mm-hmm.
This was like 2013, so we just dodged crabcore, and one of the guys in the band was really into hardcore, and like I don't think he liked me. Like I think he thought I was annoying because I was the youngest in the band. Everybody else was like going to university, and I just started high school.
Oh fuck!
And they were like, but I don't know if he knows this to this day, but if I never met him, I'd probably like be at like a barcade in a trench coat with like mascara on, just being like, dude, I fucking love Atreyu and like the latest Avenged Sevenfold album.
Trivium.
Yeah.
Trivium.
Trivium out of 10. Like that's
Bad Omens. What a dig.
But yeah, so that was like 2013, 2014. I remember I was at Buddy's house and he showed me like his vinyl collection, and he had Lost in Life. I think he had Isolation by Harm's Way, Scared to Death by King Nine, and then that year or the next summer, I Am King by Code Orange came out.
Classic.
And the guys in my band wanted to transition and become like a cool hardcore band where like metalcore is for babies, hardcore is where it's at. And
that was literally every single person that was in metalcore when I Am King came out. We're like, okay, so we're all into hardcore now. This is cool.
That's what our last show that I played, because I ended up getting kicked out of the band because I was still like in high school and they wanted to like do whatever. Mm-hmm. The last show that I played, we covered I Am King like 2 months after it came out. And then like I got kicked out of the band. That was my last show. And then like 3 shows later, I think the band broke up anyways. But I got into hardcore from the typical like like air quotes gateway albums at the time. And Backtrack playing St. Catherine's did it too. It was like, that was massive for me because that was my 16th birthday. My dad was like, you want to get your G1? I said, nah, I'm going to hitch a ride with one of my buddies. We're going to St. Catherine's. We're going to see this band called Backtrack. And they were supporting Comeback Kid on the tour. And I think Counterparts was on it too.
Dude, for real, shout out. Like, I know people want to hate on Comeback Kid. And I don't think that that's fair, especially in the impact they've made in Canadian hardcore, like touring small ass cities for like 20 years.
100%.
Back in the day, they were the only band that would go to Halifax. They were the only band that would go to PEI or Newfoundland. Like,
yeah.
They're taking bands like Backtrack. Like, that's crazy.
So that original bill was supposed to have Alpha and Omega from LA on it. Mm-hmm. And I got in, like, I did the little kid thing where I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to be esoteric and cool. I'm going to like look up the smallest band that's like on the tour and just get really into their discography. And so I like, to this day, I still love listening to Alpha and Omega. I think they're an underrated band. But that tour, like, no, I'm not trying to exaggerate. It did change my life because I probably would be wearing like a black trench coat working at Staples, being like, my purpose is so much more than this, but or like some shit. I don't fucking know.
Well, instead you took the hardcore route and you work at a coffee shop.
I work at a coffee shop. I work manual labor, spend too much money on pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the life.
You could just buy double knee Dickies, but instead you buy Obey double knees.
That's right.
Work pants that are not built for working.
My actual work, like I will wear Carhartt casually out. I don't own any Carhartt for like construction. I just like wear like beat Levi's, and like my brother is also a tradesman. He just gives me high vis shirts.
Yeah.
That like are just destroyed.
I wear Carhartt because I'm working on myself.
No other reason. That's yeah, all you need.
It's workwear. I'm working on myself.
Let's go.
That's sick. That I think the I Am King story is true for a lot of people. I mean, like that wasn't like how I got into hardcore, but it was definitely a very important record for me and a lot of people at the time.
It was I remember like going to shows in St. Catharines growing up, and like a tiny bit of Niagara lore, but shout out Matt Squires and Connor Gibbs. Those two guys, if you're not tapped in, you don't know who they are. RD, but those two guys were the first two proper, like they're what I could have been if I didn't listen to so much garbage like metalcore, like so much like just trash Rise records. Like if I just stayed on that Comeback Kid path, I could have been as cool as them at an early age, and instead I just floundered.
Dude, he's so cool. He's so funny.
Yeah, those guys were like I think my old band had only played one show with them together. They were in a band called Head Rush, but like I remember like listening to their set and just being like, dude, no crazy double bass, no like pauses, no like abuse of like 19 cymbals. Like you're just up there ripping it. I was like, I don't know. I don't understand, but this is sick. And those guys have been like doing it for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can tell the seasoning, you know, you can feel the spice. The spice. Tai 2. We talked about a year ago, I think, right?
I think so. I think it was probably exactly a year ago.
Because Baytown had just kind of started.
Yeah.
Like you had just started booking shit and it was kind of getting rolling. How has it changed now that you guys have a reputation and like you've been doing this for a lot longer? Is it easier to get people out there? Is it harder? What's going on now?
It's definitely grown. I think because the last time we spoke, it was like, I don't know, maybe like 6 months in, I think, that we were doing it. But so now it's been it'll be like 2 years in the summer. So I think like the more that people play, like the thing about me is if I ask a band to play, it won't just be once. Any band knows that I will hit a band up, I swear to God, 15 times over the course of a year. Every time I have a show, I'm just going to hit up these bands that I want, and eventually it'll work. I don't, like I feel like a lot of people just like are like, whatever. They don't want it. They're too cool. Whatever. It's like, no, fuck that. No one's too cool. Like play here. I want you to play. Fuck the ego. Fuck the cool guy shit. Like let's get a show going here. And I've got a couple of those bands, who were really hard to book. And I think that when more of those bands see that, oh, hey, this band played here, then they're like more willing, it kind of builds that resume. So I feel like we've got a pretty good resume now. And that definitely turns some heads, especially with the out of country bands or out of province bands too. They're like, oh, fucking cross check and cesspool played here, like Bruiserweight played here. Like, so I think that it's just a snowball effect, and I think it's just honestly, yeah, it's good. It's good, and it makes it easier for sure.
Yeah, do you guys have like because you were doing mostly stuff at the Queen? Is that still the only place?
Yeah. So Barrie is like pretty cursed for venues. There's a handful of like smaller bars that'll do like different sorts of shows. Like they'll do punk shows or rap shows or indie shows. But for like the space that we need, the Queens is pretty much all we have. Legions and churches, they've all told me to get fucked. Like, or they'll want to charge something insane.
Yeah.
Like no lie, like $1,800 to rent the space for a few hours. Because years ago, in like the first wave of hardcore, these bands, you know, like Prison and who else was going on? Demolition, Planet Danger, all these guys, the hardcore kids just like would trash the venue. Like they would like smash windows, break lights, like people would be getting like knocked out. So it caught wind, like venues caught wind pretty fast, and they're like, no hardcore shows here anymore. So that's been tough. So we're kind of stuck with the Queens right now, but hopefully the more we keep doing it, they'll see that, hey, these guys are professional. They know what they're doing. Like let's give them a shot, you know?
Yeah, that's even in Montreal, we have that issue where it's like, oh, you want to rent a Legion? It's $800. It's like,
I would do that. I would do that. But then the thing is, if I were to do like all ages, which like I haven't been able to do, I think I've done one all ages show, and it was at a different venue that did a one-off, and they only did it for us is because they wanted it to be like a benefit show, and they're like, hey, if you could do this benefit show, we can get a charitable donation from the government to cover the costs of it. And I'm like, yo, that's amazing. But the thing is then the bands don't get paid, and to get a band to come from Montreal or come from fucking London or whatever, like, and to say you're not going to get paid, it's unlikely. It makes it a lot more difficult to get bands out there.
right.
I want to be able to do that stuff, but like, I want to pay the bands. I want to make it like we're all adults. We all work. Like we got shit going. Like we want to at least cover gas and whatever. But
right.
I don't know.
My take is that what is it? We're in February. Tax season's around the corner. If I get a nice return, fucking we'll figure it out. If I contributed enough to my RRSP or whatever,
just buy a venue, dog.
There we go.
Or we just save up. Like if we get a bunch of guys to come together and do that, we can do like one big like all ages banger.
Well, like what is this? Is there a skate shop in town?
There is.
Too small?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
very small.
They don't have a warehouse?
So that's funny you said that. The skate shop Soldiers in Barrie used to be a DIY spot. It used to just be like an open like warehouse basically. And they did shows there like the previous hardcore wave. But now there's nothing. Maybe we can rent like a fucking storage unit or something.
There's no skate park?
Yeah, there's a skate park. It's downtown. I don't know.
But it's outside.
Yeah, it's an outdoor one. I know in the summer, like a few years back when I first moved to Barrie, like every weekend a band would set up and play there. I don't really know.
They shut it down now.
Yeah.
They shut it down. Like if that was able to happen now, like the Loose and Overkirk guys would do that. Like those are the guys that are like hardcore skaters as well.
Yeah.
Like, and they haven't been able to do it. And I think it's because it's right next to like one of the city buildings.
Oh, it's right next to the reserve armory, like the Army Reserve Armory or something.
You could get a permit though. It probably doesn't cost very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I get a good tax return, we'll figure it out. But that being said, if I owe money this year, we'll hold a benefit show to pay the CR. That's the other there, help me out.
Yeah.
This is about me now. This is not about
Hardcore GoFundMe.
We get it a debt so we can book a big show.
And we need a 2008 style bailout.
Yeah.
George Bush hooked me up.
No, but that's honestly like that's my one
package.
That's my one dilemma. Like, because at the end of the day, like I personally think that shows need to happen, whether it's it's a restricted 19 plus. Like it just like at the bare minimum, a show should happen rather than just like all ages or nothing. Like that mentality, you're not going to grow a scene from that. Like I feel like the more you keep having these shows, the more you build your brand and you can pitch that like, hey, we do these shows. No one's died. Rarely you can ask the venues, the bar sales suck. No one's really drinking. So like, can we please do this? Like, give us a chance. Or like, I feel like the more we do that, we're going to build in that. And I hope it'll happen. I hope by the summer we'll be able to do something.
It'd be sick. I feel like it's easier in a smaller city for sure because you can kind of get to know people better and they're less afraid of like over-regulation and stuff. In Montreal, I respect the hell out of Destiny because she's worked so hard trying to find venues that will do all ages, even if it costs $600 or $800 to rent the venue. But it shouldn't be that much. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
should be free.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it sucks to say, but Barrie is a very conservative town. Like I think they've had like a conservative MP since off rip. And so like Barrie kind of punishes the youth by not giving them any spaces to go to. And then you're also going to wonder why there's like people are like doing drugs and like getting into bad behaviors and like doing shit they wouldn't do if they had an outlet. Mm-hmm. So I think hopefully, fingers crossed, like mentalities will flip and people will become more open to the idea of like all ages venues or like loaning their space out for whatever. But the other thing that I think is not great, but there's kind of like a benefit is there is a very high business turnover rate in Barrie. So, all it's going to take is just one person to say yes. Like
you can do a one-off.
Yeah.
One-off show. Like, hey, you're closing down anyways. Let's fucking go out with a bang.
Yeah. Or just let like some poor sucker from Toronto who's like, oh, I lucked out. I got this business. Be like, hey, we're a small promotional brand. Not that I do any of the shows, but like, let us use the space one time. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Or like partner once a month. Like we'll partner once a month and pack this place out.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? We need to like find out like where they do those like high school, like much video dances or whatever. And then just like pull up with our gear and just be like, open this shit up. There you go. Surprise fucking all ages show.
I don't even think Barrie has like a YMCA. I think the closest YMCA is like a town over. Yeah.
They demoed it.
They
demoed the YMCA, but they're actually it's like a tree logic. Like you have to build 2 YMCAs when you demo one. So there's one going up in the south end.
Nice.
I don't know where
you just need to find a community center because they're usually pretty cheap to rent.
Yeah. Yes. There was the Barrie Native Friendship Center.
Yeah.
Where someone threw a metal garbage can through the window.
Why?
Counterparts.
Yeah, during Counterparts.
This was like pre-us lore. We have only heard this from like other guys who had like lived in Barrie, but
we would have been like way too young to even.
It was like apparently that was the spot for like bands coming through to Barrie because they would host shows and then just got too rowdy and it was too tough. Like totally understandable if kids are just smashing your windows out
there was one space where Alexander from Tomb booked a show at a place called Shaq's World. It was like a drop-in community center basketball spot, and Prowl headlined that. Dude, that's where Ty and I met. That was like 3 years ago. And there was probably like 40 to 50 people there.
The weather was really bad. I think it was the Santa Claus parade. There was a lot of traffic, but yeah,
everybody was at the Santa Claus parade.
Yeah, for real.
Even the bands were leaving after to go.
Yeah,
see Santa Claus parade.
See Santa Claus.
I gotta tell them what I want.
Yeah, that
was a sick show. That was Prowl, SOV. SOV's like second show.
Mm-hmm.
Cohesion, Rip.
Yeah, Tomb.
R.I.P.
Tomb and Forza Force of Will or something.
I don't remember.
Oh no, Rob from Force of Will was in SOV at the time.
Yeah, and then my other band had played like the second show there, and it was like a mixed bill because I think it was our first show, and like all these fucking like 40 somethings were just sneaking in like fucking IPAs and just crushing them in the bathroom and just ruined it for everybody. So if you're a fucking office punk, suck my whole ass. For real. Fuck your denim vest. Fuck your white collar job. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So that spot got shut down after 2 shows. And I know like
that would have been perfect. It was like a perfect setup.
I heard, Alexander had said it was such a pain to even get the first show there. And then like, I'm guessing it probably sucked. I don't remember who booked the second show, but I'm sure they also had a hard time getting it. And
it was like No Barriers. There was like I don't even know who did it. Yeah.
I don't know who's.
They called it No Barriers, and then they had the Barrie logo, like the they used for like the town, and then they got a cease and desist from Barrie, city of Barrie, saying remove this. So Barrie's like anti.
They're taking themselves too seriously. That's stupid.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Shout out Barrie.
Shout out. I don't know. I kind of like growing up in Niagara and going to shows, like it was a no-brainer. Like every show by default was like, I think all ages except maybe a couple of shows at this spot called L3.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't realize like how lucky we were at the time and like how accessible it was and trying to secure venues, trying to book shows, period, all ages or not, is a thankless job. And anybody who's doing it as ethically as they can, shout out, because, you would never catch me dead trying to book a show.
Yeah.
It's too much work and, it can go south real quick.
It's definitely a lot of work. But it's fun. If it's not fun, if you're not having fun while doing it, then just don't do it. Like, I think it's so rewarding. Like, it can be tough. There's a lot of rejection. There's a lot of planning and whatever. But I think at the end of the day, when you have a show, it's like, okay, this is cool. This is like,
And you paid your whole like mortgage on your condo with it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
you bought yourself a Tesla Model S.
See, that's the thing. People ask me, like, my parents, like, you're making money off this, right? I'm like, no, I lose money on this. That I pay the venue, I pay the bands, and that's literally it. I've never made a fucking cent off this shit.
Yeah. You pay the dude who makes the flyer and I
lose money. Like the venue will be like, yeah, your bar sales suck, so you're gonna have to owe us another $100. I'm like, fuck. One time I like argued him on it, and he was like, the rest of your shows, forget about it. No, and I'm like, dude, please, here, take the 100. Like
that's fucked, dude.
Yeah, cool things going on for real.
Yeah.
That's like, are you serious?
Yeah. I went up to him. I said, bro. I followed him. I said, bro, you're hurting my feelings. I was just like, I gotta try something. I gotta shock this guy. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. And he's
it's like the most Ontario exchange I've ever heard. You're hurting my feelings,
bro.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
That's straight up. And then it just shocked him that I was like so like transparent with that. And then he's like, yo, you know what? I was wrong. I think he went and like did a line or something, and then because he was way different when I said that. So
I think for some reason Barrie, Ontario has like 4 St. Louis bar and grill restaurants, and they're all like they all suck. They're all floundering. So I think I just thought of this now. If we just like walk in, we're like, what, you guys are going out of business. One show, please. All like people take their kids to St. Louis. Who cares?
yeah,
It might have
It's all ages.
all ages. All you
Literally.
can eat boneless wings ended, I think, this week. But
we also have North America's largest country bar, if you could believe that.
oh yeah, the ranch.
Dude, are you serious?
North America's, yeah.
Okay, that's good to know because your boy loves country.
Yeah, dude.
We got a few country bars for real.
If you guys, yeah, we got like 3.
Yeah,
I'm down for the line dancing.
Ranch. They do line dancing at the ranch.
They got a mechanical bull.
What?
Yeah, man.
Our show's on a Friday?
Saturday. It'll be rocking on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Nothing better. And then the drive is only an hour or so to Niagara. Dude, we good. 2 hours to Niagara. 2 hours.
Yeah,
to
2 or 2.5 maybe.
Yeah, it's usually around.
We're driving on a Sunday, so traffic won't be like. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah,
They're gonna be
We'll
like,
still
"Why are
be
you
back.
late?" It's like the bar had a bull, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I drank 17 Fireball shots and rode a mechanical bull. Okay.
That's the way to do it. I think are you locked in on Vanderpump Rules?
No.
Okay. No,
The
Sorry.
guy.
yeah, there's one of the guys who was like a recovering alcoholic had like a sold out DJ set at the ranch.
He broke edge too, that guy.
Yeah, he's back on the sauce. Respect, but yeah, apparently his DJ set was crazy. I can't remember his name.
And Machine Gun Kelly played there.
That's
No, he
crazy.
didn't.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Why?
I don't know. Machine Gun Kelly.
At the country bar?
Where did Machine Gun Kelly play? He played.
What do we
Yeah,
got?
he played there.
We got an off-screen correspondent right now.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's my lady. She's
Fox
like, no.
News fact check.
Jamie, can we pull that up for a second?
We get like weird, like random acts in Barrie, like just random like C, B tier.
Yeah, like dying artists.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
like slowly rising.
I saw
Like
one.
Mike
it
the
was
Situation.
Yeah.
I saw one. It was like headliner was like it was like Danny Myers, original drummer of July Talk or something. I was like, who the fuck is that? You didn't need to put that.
The explanation
I
is
didn't
like we're trying to reach as many people that like might know who this guy is.
Yeah. We had like there was like a Baytown show, and then the next day there was like the guy that held like Eminem's dick when he pissed in D12 like performed or some shit. I was like, what the hell is this?
Obi Trice. Obi Trice played the Queens, and it was funny too. Like, because with the rap shows, I don't know who books them. Like, it's not even someone local. It's just like they reach out to the venue. The promoter's not even at the show.
No, he hires some guy to like collect the money.
Yeah, pretty much. And Obi Trice, apparently there was like a whole meet and greet thing and whatever. They had like 8 openers. He didn't go on till like 1 a.m.
That's normal for rap though.
And yeah, and he only stayed for like 20 minutes and then he dipped. And he didn't show up for the meet and greet. He was like late. He was like,
That's beast.
yeah.
Love that shit.
I think Tech 9 played in Barrie like
Tech
kind of
9.
recently.
No way.
That Tech 9 is absolutely just like vibe killing music.
That is like a pull though, because it's like everybody knows Tech 9. Nobody likes it, but they know him.
It's like when you like go and smoke bongs at like a guy you kind of know's house and he puts on Tech 9, you're like, fuck, why am I here?
I gotta leave. I gotta go.
Yo, that happened like in high school. I was hanging out with my buddy and like we were hanging out with some friends. I was like, yo, put some music on. And he put on like Tech 9 and I think the guy's name is Bus Driver or something. And it was like this super fast rap. All the girls left. And then it was just me, my buddy, and his brother, who was like a little bit older than us. And my buddy was like, "This is music."
And
I was like,
he's rapping it perfectly.
Yeah, I was like,
So you want to listen to Warzone?
yeah. I was like, "Yo, you ever hear Twitching Tongues?"
Dude,
Who else plays Barrie?
dude, soft take, vibe killing music. Not gonna lie.
Actually, this is crazy. I will shout out my page. My wife doesn't like hardcore, loves Twitching Tongues.
I got a band she'll really love. You want to know? Typo Negative.
I've played some Typo, and she's not huge on it yet. But
I'm not huge on it.
She doesn't like Typo, but she likes Twitching Tongues.
I don't know what the deal is. Like, I played Life of Agony once. She thought it was Twitching Tongues. And
yeah, that makes sense, actually.
But for some reason, like, I played Typo and she immediately clocked it in as like trench coat music.
It is. It's great. It's incel music.
Like, school shooter music?
Yeah.
It is. It really is. I love Typo.
I want to see a band do like Danzig or something.
Actually, so we're like thinking of sets to do for Halloween time. We have one idea. It's like our top idea, and I won't spoil it, but it might be like a duality type situation, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
But our backup is doing Misfits, but only Danzig.
That's
nice.
Just
so
stuff.
I would love to do. I fucking love Danzig.
So do I. Yeah, he's
throw Mother in there somewhere.
Oh,
Guitar Hero 2 staple. Yeah, Mother.
Yeah. There's some Sam Hain in there, some deep cuts.
Mm-hmm.
That was
also throw in like where Eagles there.
Yeah. See, I'm a huge fan of the Michael Graves era too. I hate Michael Graves is an idiot.
Piece of shit person.
He's a piece of shit person, voice of an angel.
Really great vocalist. Like straight up hits. Like all of his tracks, hits.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's like a Proud Boy or something, I think, right?
Oh yeah, dude. He's got like definite far right leanings.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. But
that sucks.
Yeah. It's always those vocalists, man. They're always
I think our rule for covers is that like I hardline like a lot of covers is that the band either has to be like not playing anymore,
dead,
and the song has to be over 10 years old minimum, and nothing like too long. Like if a cover is going to be like longer than your longest song in the set, that's crazy.
Can't do it.
Like for a few shows, we covered Devotion 3. And then when Atlanta Hardcore or whatever the booking page is on Instagram, they posted like an Edge Day like post, which was like soft announcing Foundation coming back.
We got them back from our cover.
Yeah, that was us.
It wasn't No Cure doing Purple Heart.
It was a bunch of guys in fucking Barrie, Ontario for sure. It was, yeah. As soon as they announced that they were coming back, I was like, cover's dead. Get rid of it. Like, we can never play this song again.
I think I don't think the band has to be dead, but I think they need to be at like either dead or a level that is very, very, very high and like mainstream enough, but the song has to be old.
Yeah.
Like, because we covered I Will Be Heard, which is off of like an album from 20 years ago.
We did that as well when we started out. That was our
set filler.
I fucking love that song.
So do I.
What do you think about well just mentioning No Cure as a former metalcore guy? What do you think about No Cure?
I think I don't know. I can't knock it, you know. I really like that latest album, and even Silverado P, who is our guitarist, he loves that. He's like a real deal like metal guy that we've had to like slowly convert and like be like, yo, this is good, this is not good, don't listen to this. Listen to this.
Feeding him with subliminal.
Yeah, he's curating his life.
Early AI model.
Yeah, it's like chiseling away at him.
But he I think everybody in the band like really likes that latest No Cure release a lot. I don't like that song with the Gideon feature, so I just skipped that one.
The
I
My
think that's
Children,
the first
My
one.
Bride feature is
dude.
Yeah.
What a fucking pool as well.
Yeah.
My Children, My Bride, that first record with Wings of Integrity Part 2.
Yeah. They were a huge gateway band for me.
I lived in Alabama for a bit, and if that wasn't the biggest fucking band
Yeah.
in the world to people from there, I don't know what was.
He was why I started stretching my ears in like grade 8.
That's hot.
In 8th grade, you started stretching your ears.
Yeah, dude. I got my ears pierced at Claire's.
Yeah.
In grade 8, passed out, cried, and then like a few months later, I'm like, yeah, tapers. Let's go.
So you cry, you passed out and cried when this is an activity that like 1-year-old baby girls.
Yeah, for sure. I have to get put under to get tattooed. I have to go to sleep.
You have to have like anesthesia.
Yeah, all that.
I
have to take work off like the next week.
I remember I told my parents I wanted to start spacing my ears, and my mom's Japanese, and she said, you can't do it. And I said, how come? And she said, in like Japanese culture, if you can put 3 rice grains on a newborn baby's ear, I'm not even kidding. If you could put 3 rice grains on a newborn baby's ear, they will have a very fortunate life, because that is something with the Buddha. This is like what my mom told me. And I was like, well, did I have 3 rice grains on my ear? And she's like, you had some big ass ears, big head too. And I was like, all right. So that stopped me from spacing my ears.
Respect
to the Buddha, for real.
I wish my parents knew that.
You could put like a quarter cup of rice on your ears, dude.
Dude, yeah,
you're up there.
I can't. There's nothing I can do now. They won't shrink. I gotta just ride it out. I'm actually thinking about going bigger. Bigger so then I could wrap it around and then I just have no ears.
I absolutely hate that. I hate that thought. I hate that look. Like all
that's
of
what
it
you got to do. If you have the lobes like that, you have to wrap it over.
It makes me want to barf.
The smell would be crazy.
The smell, yeah.
The aroma,
the cheese.
You gotta like cheese.
Yeah,
you gotta like cheese for sure.
My stomach just turned thinking about that.
Sorry, man.
Notes.
It's not real. It's not real cheese.
Some notes. Goddamn, and PU.
My friend who runs the coffee roaster I work for, he had one of his stretched ears like got infected or like it like swole up or some shit, so he had to take the plug out, and now it's all shriveled and it looks like a really loose butthole,
like a cat butthole. Yeah,
like a cat sphincter like on his ear. So every time I look at it, it's nasty because it's like kind of crusty and shit.
Yeah,
decent.
I've had that like when I used to like serve as well, like serving tables and shit. And I had these like metal spacers, and then like I guess it was like falling out of my ear, and it fell like on the table, and it's just like
the cheese.
No, not the cheese, not the cheese. Thank God. But no, the metal spacer just like fell on the table and like bounced like twice, and then it was like airborne, and I just like caught it, and I was like,
and they didn't see it.
I kind of had to like gaslight them, like, oh fuck, drop my quarter. All right, put it in my pocket.
Yeah, you dropped the quarter out of your ear. Smart
out of
guy.
my ear. Yeah, I was doing a magic trick.
Yeah. Y'all like magic?
Yeah,
fucking built for war.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
So is Silverado? His name's Silverado P. His name. I started calling him that because Pete. He was driving like a brand new Honda Civic. He traded in for a Chevy Silverado, and the same day he got it off the lot, he drove it to practice. And he lives like not in Barrie. He's like the next town over, and it's a little more country. He was driving home. He hit a deer. The deer blew up his truck. The whole front end was gone. And the deer ran off. The deer won. Silverado demoed. So they wrote it off like 2 days after he got it. And so he's got a new Silverado and
a better one.
He's got a better one that he actually wanted. And
the deer got him paid, dude. Yeah, and the deer won. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
And he got like an extra like 10 grand.
I think
from the deer fiasco.
I think PETA paid him out. They're like, yo, one of our sleeper agents just demoed your Silverado. Sorry, legend.
You were friendly fire.
I've been calling him Silverado P. If you see like anything Slewfoot related, like online on that curse ass r/hardcore, if somebody's saying Silverado P, that's me. Don't look at my post history. Don't look at my fucking account. Just know that I have a special love in my heart for Pete.
Do I have to be naked in Japanese baths? Is that one of the questions on?
You do, and I've been, and shit sucks. I don't go anymore.
I was talking to somebody recently that went to it was one of my guys at the barber shop. He was like he just went to Japan and he was wearing, some shorts in the bath and he was like, everybody's just naked.
Yeah. I can co-sign that. I had to fucking go when I was like, I hadn't been to Japan in like 9 years. So my whole family went to Japan and I had to go with my dad, who's white. And we went with my family who I hadn't seen since I was 5. I was like 14, which is like the worst age to be naked around people.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, I have 2 pubes. And like, now I'm just going to have to see, this is my nightmare. My brother faked a stomach ache, stayed with my grandma. I got rat fucked into going to the fucking bath. And it is crazy. Like culturally, respect. Like the reason they do it is because like rich, poor, everybody's getting naked. You're all equal playing field.
Everyone's even.
But man, no way. That's why I started getting tattooed. Because they don't let you in if you have like a bunch of tattoos.
They have ones that are progressive now that you can.
They have family baths. I went to one and it's like kind of closed off in sections. So I'm not like, my family in Japan, they don't speak English. So they're not going to hear this and be offended. But like, I don't want to see their dongs. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to go in with a bunch of people hanging dong.
Yeah. And I like, this is crazy. But like, I watched like a kid jump into like one of the hot baths, like head first, he kind of like hit a dive. And then he came out spitting out water and then like just dudes sitting in a circle. And I was just like, man, that is straight ball water. Like that is fucking gross.
Like
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's really nasty.
Yeah. So fuck Japanese baths for real. That's why we wrote Built for War. Every song is about Japanese baths.
Is even the hockey night song is about Japanese baths.
100%. Specifically about that kid that hit the swan dive to fountain
a bunch of ball water.
Yeah, just crazy work.
Is that where the term? Never mind. Instead of dog water, it's dong water.
Maybe. They invented like the VTEC engine. They probably invented dong water too. True innovators.
On epic proportions. Yeah, I like this. I was listening to the EP and the riffs are pretty wild. So is that Silverado's doing? Is he just metal riffing? And then you guys are like, yeah, but then simpler.
It's like, so both of we got like a pretty, I wouldn't say cursed ratio, but a very atypical like guitar writing ratio where both guys are metal guys. And then like Van, our bassist, myself and Ty are like hardcore guys. And so the rhythm section's kind of pulling everybody back in, being like, all right, yeah, that's a crazy riff, like sweep picking and fucking just like, it's like,
yeah,
yo, chill.
Solo riffs.
Chill. Like Gutter, the first few times we practiced it was crazy. Like before that song was recorded, it was nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like all those notes, half that.
Yeah. Just insane. Like, yo, if we need a fill-in, who the fuck is going to be able to play this? It's like the people that can play it and the people that you want to play it are 2 separate circles on the Venn diagram.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like Brendan and Peter in the middle.
Fucking Ingwie Malmsteen.
Yeah, those guys, like, I think Brendan told me his favorite band all time is like this metal band called
Norwegian black metal or something.
It's like Elven King or something. It's like fantasy themed, like, I don't know. It's out of my scope.
Yeah.
But those guys love metal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Pete's definitely like Black Dahlia Murder. This stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's core.
He
core.
he loves like 2000s, 2010s metalcore.
That's core.
He's right in there. August Burns Red.
Yeah.
Fucking Parkway Drive.
Pete and I at rehearsal always like do our level check with like a Parkway riff.
Yeah.
I like Parkway. The first 3-4 albums, maybe.
So what's the one with the sharks?
Deep Blue.
Yeah, Deep Blue. That's
Deep
it.
Blue is untouchable.
Deep Blue is their last good album, I think, for me.
When it's like they have the one before the breakdown where it's like there's blood in the water. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best Australian band ever, maybe?
I think so. Oh, AC/DC maybe is like the boomer take.
Nah.
I think you can't refute AC/DC's riffs because I think they're up. Who else is from Australia?
Speed.
Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
Deep Purple.
Deep Purple
were like the first like Australian band to really break out into that.
I didn't know they were Australian.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Deep Purple.
Yeah. Probably
I like Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath, goated.
But they're not. They're just inspired by Deep Purple.
What's his best riffs of all time?
No, I think it's off the rails now. We were talking about Australia.
Oh.
Australia. Yeah, I like that the all the features are also homies, which is sick on the EP. Saw a lot of familiar names.
No ops.
Yeah, we didn't pay anyone for it.
Zero ops. Yeah, you don't have to when it's just you're asking Clobber and Street Justice and Prison.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fucking having Mike be on a track was amazing, man. Like that was such a fucking honor.
I'm too insecure to do that.
What's that?
I'm too insecure to ask Mike to do vocals on a song that I'm on.
Oh, do it, man. Do it. He'll take his time for sure. He was so busy. Like, I think he finally got his verse back like a week before we sent it off to DistroKid.
Yeah.
But he's like, if you want to go ahead without me, like, that's totally cool, man. Sorry, I'm so busy. I'm like, no, dude, I'll wait. Like, we'll put this off for you. Like, I'm cool. And his verse was fucking killer. Danny's verse was fucking insane. That was like when we were recording with Danny, we were in the studio. Danny hits us up. He's like, yo, I can come. Like, I'm going to be there soon. He's literally in and out in like, it felt like less than 10 minutes. He did the verse like one take. Amazing. And he's like, all right, I gotta go have dinner.
Yeah. I found out he had a migraine and he slept in his car. That's what because he like the guys at the time I was filling in for Runic, which is like they have members from prison, and they were like, yeah, I was like, yeah, Danny's feature is crazy. He just came in a studio, did like one solid take, and then just like pieced out. Like he didn't even stay to talk or nothing. Like he just headed out. And then Paul, who plays bass in prison and does vocals for Runic, was like, yeah, he actually flaked on band practice that day because he had like a migraine, just slept in his car. And then
he drove all the way to Barrie.
Yeah.
Just legend.
That's crazy.
It makes his verse like even harder knowing that he had a headache.
Yeah.
It's lore.
Fuck the Jordan flu game. I'm all about the Danny Prison migraine vocal feature.
Does doing vocals give you a headache?
It can if I don't breathe right. Like sometimes, like after a set, if I'm not breathing right, and like I'll actually have like a vice grip headache, and I'll be like, "Holy fuck, man!" Or like, do you ever get like lightheaded where you're like seeing stars, or like you're like, "Holy fuck, am I gonna pass out right now?" Like
I just lean into it.
You just lean into it. Yeah,
it's like a runner's high.
Turn it into a fucking cartwheel or something.
Yeah, it's a stage dive. Woo.
Yeah, no, I do get like some really bad headaches though. But I've we've been doing this for like a year and a half with Slewfoot, like consistently, and like I feel like my breath work has gotten a lot better. And like, yeah, you have to breathe. You have to breathe, or you're fucked.
Are you gonna start doing vocals, other Ty?
I do backing vocals. I have some backing vocals on the album. The straight edge mosh call, that's not the vegan straight edge one. That one's me. And then we've started writing and rehearsing for this other band. It's like basically an RJC worship band.
Oh yeah.
And I play drums and do vocals in it. True RJC worship fashion.
Yeah, like Ian.
Yeah, I want to wear like 3M jackets where if somebody hits me with a flash, photo, like, fuck you. Like, it's just going to be like...
You can't see nothing. It's just a flare.
But yeah, I definitely am in the beginning phases of trying to figure out how to do vocals properly and aggressively and play drums at the same time. And it's a bit of a challenge.
You have to do the, like, what's the timeline, like the track where you're like a drummer and then you start doing backing vocals and then you start doing vocals and then you quit every other band that you're in and just do vocals in a band.
Yeah, was that the Year of the Knife OG, like Tyler from Year of the Knife started out as like the drummer or something and then moved
and then he
vocals.
but then he gets like frustrated because he wants to play drums, so then he starts Gridiron, like the sickest hardcore band ever.
Yeah.
And decides to do death metal drums over like rapcore riffs.
I fucking love that.
And then Scarab too.
But then he's vocals again. He's just like, I still want to do vocals. I miss vocals. And then
didn't Code Orange have that too?
Their drummer until
Jamie was the vocalist until It was After Forever.
After Forever. I pretty much Code Orange shouldn't be a band from Forever forward. Like Forever is like the last album I listened to and liked a single song on, and then take that discography and back, and it's perfect.
Should have stayed Code Orange, kids.
Straight up Flower Mouth, crazy fucking song. I remember watching the 2019 Code Orange set at This Is Hardcore. I was like, this is the best sound like Code Orange has ever been.
Yeah, that's insane. The guy who got me into hardcore followed Code Orange around on like their North American tour and just took photos of them and was just like the biggest Code Orange stan I ever met. And it was, probably didn't like the last two releases.
I'll be fair though, I saw them at Outbreak in 2023 and it was really good. Wildly good. I don't like Jamie's vocals that much. I think that Reba is a much better vocalist, but yeah, really good. We've talked about Code Orange a lot.
Shout out to Adventures too, when they released some music.
Run for Cover.
Yo.
Adventures is never going to release music again. That's over.
Yeah, I think there's a better chance of Title Fight getting back together and releasing music than Adventures ever releasing music.
Or Bad Seed getting back together and releasing music.
What's one band you'd want to get back together?
Rush. Bring Neil Peart back from the grave.
That's so fucking stupid.
Resurrect. I need a necromancer.
Resurrect Neil Peart.
That's fucking.
I don't know. Who's your one band? I don't know. Off top,
Eco Strike probably.
Eco Strike?
Yeah. I want them back. They were a fucking perfect hardcore band for me. Seed of Pain are sick too. Seed of Pain is like a couple of those guys.
I thought Seed of Pain was still doing shit.
Yeah, they are. But Eco Strike, doing stuff as Eco Strike would be fucking rad.
Oh, I feel you.
I don't know. Weekend Nachos came back, so I'm kind of happy about that. But I would go Backtrack. But then if Backtrack's together, I feel like Pain of Truth might not have blown up as much because the guy from Pain of Truth's brothers with the guy from Backtrack.
Right? Michael is like the younger brother of, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think he's Vitalo's cousin from. Wait, no, Vitalo is the singer of Backtrack. It's like his cousin.
Yeah, I just feel like all the rallying power of like people missing Backtrack was behind that first Pain of Truth release.
Yeah.
And like that, it's just insane. Also, Hold Your Ground 1, insane.
I didn't go.
Also, a good take.
It was
not going to stuff. I think Hold Your Ground 1. Without Hold Your Ground 1, there'd be no Slewfoot because I met somebody there who knew Van, and then we started like Wolfgang Fist, and then through that, like Vegan Tie was coming to our shows, and we were just kind of like all.
I was a
hanging out
roadie.
and, like,
That's cool.
So Hold Your Ground 1, responsible for Bill for War.
This is deep lore.
Yeah. Honorable mention too. Bring Sum 41 back.
Yeah, but they just broke up.
Literally just played their last show like a week ago. Bring back Simple Plan.
Seaway.
I would have said Foundation until about a month ago.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know, man. It's a hard one.
Scaramanga, yeah.
Nah, I mean, it's a good band, but like it was good. Like I really liked them, but they're all doing like other stuff that's just as good.
That last show was crazy. We were like, our show in Montreal Under the Bridge fell on the same day, and that day was just so sick.
I know. I went to that show and then I played that night.
That's
fun.
Oh yeah,
you crazy.
Did,
yeah. I don't fucking know. Maybe
canceled bands are exempt.
What do you mean? You can't say it? You can't say a canceled band, or you can uncancel them?
Could you uncancel? You go back in time and make the person not a piece of shit?
I would do that. If I can say one, I don't want to do that because then
no, I see. Like,
he listens to this band and it's not good. Because there are some ones that it's listen to. Oh, dude, I definitely have one. I'm just gonna shout it out. Anton Ruff.
Okay.
They're not canceled, technically.
No. Facts.
You know Anton Ruff?
I'm just nodding. I have no clue. Is it a guy or is it a band?
It's a band. Y'all guys you can't find the demo. You gotta find it on like it's buried on YouTube.
Tony Danza.
No, dude, not Tony Danza.
For any Niagara homies listening to this, Banishment reunion, please.
Dude, Life Ruiner reunion.
My first band, our first show was Life Ruiner and Seaway on December 27th, 2013, Coco Cabana.
Oh,
that's a wild ass show.
All ages. Called
Seaway
Johnny.
Was from Ontario?
Yeah, Oakville.
Oh, dude, I used to like that band.
This is also crazy lore. I was like 14 or 15. I didn't know all the prior Life Ruiner stuff. Like, I only saw their music video for like 1990 or something where Johnny O.C. was like fat as shit and just like standing in
the water.
He's always fat as shit.
Well, it's like, dog, you don't need to get your shirt wet. It's like fucking chill on that. But I remember like that video had like 1 million views or something on it. And I, like being 14 or 15 at the time, I was like, this is the most famous person I'm ever going to meet, is somebody who was in 1 million view YouTube video. And I called him Mr. OC. I was like, Mr. OC, thanks for having us on the show, thinking like he had some sway and the local support, not like knowing how it worked.
Like the promoter is the one who asked y'all to play.
Yeah. And he was like, fuck off. And I was like, oh, okay.
No way.
Yeah, it was pretty beast being like a dumb little kid. It's like at least excusable. Like now I'm just a dumb adult.
He's like a piece of shit.
I think he's in prison now.
Yeah.
Like,
not the band.
Yeah, not the band, in the institution.
No. He is in prison.
For sure. Yeah.
For like real bad shit.
I feel like everybody in Ontario older than like 33 played in Life Ruiner at one point or another.
He was
or the better part of Terminator played in Life Ruiner.
Yeah, I know 1 or 2 guys in Wildside also played in Life Ruiner.
And Mongoloids, I believe.
Yeah.
Mongoloids.
Yeah, I have heard that.
That's a band I would bring back.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. Aren't they back? They announced that they're coming back or something. I saw a post.
They've played reunions, but I don't think they're like coming back.
Yeah.
What's cool is Greg from Mongoloids and Hold My Own. Actual nice dude.
That's so sick.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
What do y'all have coming up?
What we got coming up? We got a few shows. Hamilton,
Ooey Gooey's,
Ooey Gooey's,
formerly Mooey Louie's venue in Hamilton. It's a newer Hamilton venue.
There's another new Hamilton venue reopening. Absinthe or something like that?
The Club Absinthe. Yeah, it's reopening. But yeah, this place, I forget what it was called before, but Hillary from Fight on Sight's putting on a show there.
Sick.
With we get the Selfish Act Juggernaut like run they're doing with
nice
death metal band, Steel City Death Metal, Mortuary Slab.
Love it.
And us. Yeah. Baytown
Shout out Reno.
Yeah. That's his name. We were trying to think. We're like, that guy has like he's like an Italian motherfucker name. I'm thinking like Luigi or something.
No, Reno, but he's like indigenous.
Damn, not even close.
Oh, is he? He's not.
He's huge.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was Reno's like an Italian name. Damn.
I only know him parasocially. I guess just from people posting about him. I've seen him around.
I guess I'm thinking because his name was Slabagul. So I'm like, okay, Reno, Slabagul, like Italian.
Yeah, we got that on the docket, and then we got a gig up in Sudbury in March with Rust, Rockpile, Skullgate, Shredders. I love Skullgate.
Very good.
Unrelated topic, at Madhouse they covered what the fuck did they cover? Master of Puppets.
Oh, that's so sick.
And they did it like the entire song with solo.
That's crazy.
The whole 8-minute song.
Yeah, well, they got a shredder in that band.
Yeah,
and that's their lead guitarist is like the younger.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah, he's like 3.
Brandon, I think his name's Brandon.
He's 3 years old.
Cannot remember. He's 5.
Then Tossed Out.
Yeah, their first show.
Tossed Out,
Sudbury youth crew style hardcore.
Come on.
Yeah.
Are they all
That's good shit?
No, I think just Tony is maybe the only edge one.
In Ontario, if you got one edge person, you're an edge band. Like we're salvaging that.
And
if it's the vocalist, I think it's an edge band.
Yeah, okay, fuck yeah. We're an edge band.
My ultimate take is that if you have 0 edge members in your band in Ontario, kind of questionable. Like if everybody in the band is unable to be the DD, so I'm kind of like, I don't know.
That's true. I think pretty much no, dude. I know a band that has 0, like the opposite of edgemen in it, and everybody in that band is not straight edge.
Damn.
I'm not gonna throw their name out. I don't want to throw them under the bus.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see like at least a 6-month sobriety coin.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to prove. Because I'm thinking about this band and I'm like, who is the DD? Because whenever we hang out, they're all drinking.
They all part. Damn. Yeah,
we all party.
No DD. You don't just someone's driving drunk.
Sick.
Yeah, don't do that.
Dude, it's the ultimate skills test.
That's true.
Shut up.
Don't drive drunk. Nobody listening. I don't want anyone driving drunk. I'm just kidding.
Shout out Unending Nightmare by Runic.
Yeah.
Don't be a stupid fuck. Don't drive drunk.
Is that really a line?
Yeah, they have a line where it's like, drunk driving, you stupid fuck. It's
That's
good.
Sick.
Hard.
That's one of John Donnelly from Bruiserweight, certified OG. His band, I think it was Dead Walk, had a song called Bring Back Prohibition, or like the call was Bring Back Prohibition.
Oh,
wild. Nobody liked them.
That's a good take.
Nobody liked them.
What else we got? We got that March show in Sudbury. We got some. Do we have anything in April?
Yeah, it's not released yet, but we do have a show in April.
Oh yeah, we do. Yes, sorry, I also remembered it. That show.
What is it?
Can we say it?
Can we? There's no poster out yet, and it's not. It hasn't been formally announced yet.
Who's doing it?
I think it's a Steel City show.
It's a Steel City gig.
Because
I don't want you to have to I don't want to get in trouble with them.
I'll use my good bullet points, I'll grovel for forgiveness. And then May, we got just a weekend run, Ontario, the Ontario Loop. We're hitting London, Niagara, and like Toronto
We got
or something.
Monomaniac on a bill.
Yeah, Niagara, Buffalo.
Who else?
Mace. Mace is on the Niagara.
Mace, yeah, we're bringing Mace along.
Oh,
Dog
cool.
Whistle.
Dog Whistle. I don't know that band.
And Over It from Niagara is the band we're doing the run with. Shout out to my
uncle,
my longtime friend and short time op, Big Nasty Austin. And then so that's May. I think we actually have like a show lined up for July already.
We do. No Cure in Barrie.
No way.
Body Snatcher, No Cure in Barrie, Ontario. And that's our last Barrie show of the year.
That's not true. That's not real. Are y'all serious?
Yeah.
It's not a bit.
No.
I thought you were in the loop because you asked us what we thought about the No Cure release.
Nah, because they're coming here like in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they're doing a run with Body Snatcher, and they want to hit Barrie, and we're like, yeah, fuck yeah. So yeah, Slewfoot's on that bill.
That's wild.
And who else? Runic. Runic
is the other local support, and I think they have one. It hasn't been announced yet. I don't know who the third touring band is, but they're like I think they're like the hardcore band on the bill, like the formal hardcore band.
I think it's like a smaller like days band or something.
I wonder who it is. Not Final Resting Place.
In Barrie, that would be crazy.
That'd be nuts.
What, Final Resting Place?
Final Resting Place to No Cure. It would be just like insane.
Yeah, I think Body Snatcher is the headliner in that.
Oh yeah, 200%. But
so they reached out for that tour?
Yeah, they reached out. They reached out to me, and then I sent it to. There's a lady. She does Pure Grain promo, which she does a lot of the bigger shows. Like she booked Acacia Strain and Escuela Grind when they came, and there's like the Cancer. It's like the big tours where they want. Where they want fucking like a guarantee deposit before. So whenever I get those, I'm like, hey, you want to do this? And then I toss it to her, and she's like, yeah, Slewfoot's on the bill though. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is like best case scenario.
Literally, no skin in the game, and we get to play.
Yeah, it's straight up like, that's why I thought you knew. I didn't want to blaze the album too hard because I was like, oh, he might like, Grayson might bring up the fact that we're playing the show later.
You're gonna open for a band you don't like, man.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, I do like. Well, Body Snatcher is cool too. It's maybe a little too deathcore for me at times, but I think that they're a cool band.
I'm not familiar at all with their sound.
It's deathcore.
Yeah. All right. The homies know how I feel about some deathcore
from Florida.
They're good though. Like it'll definitely be. They're good.
They'll be good
shows.
They got breakdowns. They got breakdowns. A lot of them. It's basically just breakdowns.
And then, do we have anything planned for the fall yet?
I hope so.
I feel like we got at like as soon as Built for War dropped, and just like a little bit before Built for War, all of a sudden like our calendar just got filled up.
Yeah, we've been like getting a lot of messages from promoters in the States, like Buffalo. We got one from Indianapolis.
There's a dude from Indianapolis that keeps hitting us up. It might be the same guy.
137 bookings or something.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's a nice dude, vegan straight edge guy. He hit us up. And he's like, yeah, but I don't know. Like we want to play the States for sure, but it's a hassle. Like not a hassle. It's a lot of hoops you have to jump through to get your visas and stuff.
Not really.
No,
it's just expensive.
Maybe that's it. That's a expensive hoop. One hoop.
As a gold.
It is a hoop.
A gold hoop.
It's a gold Sonic style hoop, but it's really fucking big and narrow at the same time.
When Silverado P hit that deer, I heard a bunch of rings came out of it.
Yeah.
Flying out.
Yeah. He should have just went to a car and used that money and bought us visas.
Yeah. Fucking Pete.
He could have got a cheaper car and just saved like $2,000 to get the visas.
Could have got the bandwagon for real.
Oh man, you just got a 12-passenger van and bought the visas.
Damn, Pete, what the hell, man?
Dude, Silverado P, you dropped it. Dropped the ball.
We're gonna deport him back to Kincardine.
I was
sent back to the Shadow Realm.
You won't even know where Kincardine is.
I don't know
James
what
Harden's like by like Owen Sound.
No,
No,
I'm not Canadian.
yeah. Do you know like
What a blessing.
Okay, so think of like how far London is. It's like 3 hours north of London. Like north, like it's like still southern
like
Ontario.
Windsor.
It's like it's more north than Windsor. Like it's along the water. So it's like if you were to go northeast along the water, it'd be like up there, like Lake. I think it's Lake Superior.
I
don't know my
Lake
Great
Superior.
Lakes.
Yeah. I only know where Lake Huron is because I like the band Lake Huron. Or the band Huron. Is it called Huron or Lake Huron?
Lake.
Anyway, they got a good song.
Yeah. Just one?
Yeah, I only like that one track.
Respect. I think
actually that's not true. They did some shit. They've done some like country-ish shit with like
is
some
Lord Huron?
Lord Huron.
Yeah.
That's it.
I know them.
I got tap in.
Fucking band, dude. You gotta tap in.
No, they're D's. They're D's. They're like easy listening.
Yeah, it makes you want to drink whiskey and like be sad.
Good coffee shop music.
And that's what the gist of this podcast is about. How far can we reach from hardcore into coffee shop music?
Yeah. I like good coffee shop tunes too. Like I'm a big Band of Horses guy. You know,
a good one. I love Band of Horses.
Very good.
My favorite
the Giant.
Sun Kill Moon.
I don't even know that band.
Mark Kozak, get some shithead Mark Kozak on the aux. Fuck. That guy's a dickhead, but he could write too.
Do you remember like back in the day going to Starbucks and they had those like CDs of like shop music?
That's crazy.
I mean, you should
Michael Bublé.
And you should compile those and just fucking
into like different playlists on Spotify.
Boner Jams. Boner Jams 2.
Grayson's Boner Jams.
Yeah.
Has a ring to it.
And then like it just goes like heavier and heavier. Like you're supposed to drink espresso shots with it. So after like 5, it just goes into hardcore.
No, and at one point you reach like Cannibal Corpse.
That's 10.
I was breaking in. We got a new espresso machine installed the other day. So I had to like break it in. So I was running like 30 shots through each group head. So I had an 8-ounce cup at one point that was full of espresso and like sent a picture to my band group chat. It was like, who want to take a hit of this one? And it was just like the puffiest espresso shot you've ever seen, but it was in an 8-ounce cup. And a regular came in. I was like, yo, you want to try this? And he was like, what is it? And I was like, it's just espresso in this cup. He's like, hit it with some milk. I'll try it.
Hit it with some milk one time.
So he tried literally like he was sipping on 30 espresso shots.
It's like the dabs of coffee.
Yeah, it's like a dab. Like
I gotta get there.
He hit the rosin, dude.
That's not even a dab. That's just straight crack. Like you're just hitting the rock. You're like, oh man.
Yeah.
I went to
and the 8 energy drinks are like ghosts and shit are like smoking spice.
Dude, the 300 milligram prime.
I'm on the ghost wave right now, man. I gotta get off it.
Yeah, that's the straight.
I gotta get back on like just coffee.
It's too sweet. I'll do a sugar-free Red Bull. You know what I mean?
The thing about Ghost is that it's so sweet, but it has no sugar. Like, how does that work? What are you putting in it?
Do Bang instead.
Why are you tricking my body?
It's sucralose.
Sucralose.
Is that the French word for what's it called? What's the name of that stupid stuff that they get out of like cats' butts?
Poo?
No. This is turning into like Beavis and Butthead.
Got him.
Oh, poo. No, fuck. Aspartame, dude. Aspartame.
Oh, yeah. It goes in like any diet drink.
Literally every zero. Like I drink the most A&W diet.
Dude.
So I think I'm like 60% aspartame at this point.
Yo, underrated experience. You go into an A&W, get a for here cup.
Frosted. And it turns into like a little slushy on the top layer.
Oh, buddy.
Spiritual.
Nothing better. If you have to swallow your pride when you get one of those. I feel like for a long time I thought I was like above the mug. But getting the mug on like a breakout work, it's like, dude.
It's almost like it's like a liter of root beer almost.
Dude,
incredible.
3 for me. I'm getting refills.
3.
Dude, at least.
Like,
man.
have you ever been to the Mexican joint where you could get like a liter of beer on like a happy hour?
A schooner.
What is
Is that what a schooner is?
That's what they call it. Yeah, schooner. It's like 2 pints.
Oh, because in Halifax, there's a beer called Schooners.
Oh, yeah. So I think it's like originally like an Irish thing or something, but
it's like a little ship.
Yeah.
So it's on the dime. That's all.
Well, at Mexican places, they call it a kawama.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Every culture has a word for big beer.
Big beer. Yeah, I think in Japan, if you want a big ass beer, you just say biru omori, and they
just means big ass beer.
Support.
Yeah, omori means like basically translates to like a lot,
like a fucking a lot of beer.
A fucking a lot. Throw that in front of anything. Give me omori like rice. That's the go-to,
dude.
I love how this has just devolved into figuring out how to ask for bigger versions of something.
Omori coffee.
Yeah, omori coffee for sure. I went to a coffee shop in Japan, $150 latte on the menu.
No, wait. That makes sense though. I would do that.
Mel Coffee Roasters, look them up.
Canadian?
Canadian would have been like 100, about 160, 165.
It's a massive coffee?
No, it's just like, I think it's the beans that the cat shits out or something. Like,
oh, the Kopi Luwak ones?
Yeah.
I ain't worth it then. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, I'm not eating no dookie beans, man.
It's not even that it's dookie beans. I just don't think that it's actually worth it.
Listen, the number 2, I think they advertise themselves number 3 coffee shop in Asia, number 2 in the world or something. No.
How could you be number 3 in Asia, but number 2 in the world? That's
Asia
wild.
Supersedes the rest of the globe. Real deal shit. Flip that around.
Number 1 in the world.
But they had like crazy fucking drinks, and like it lived up to the hype. But yeah, just I'm not eating like doo-doo beans. Yeah, you asked us about Built for War, and I think we didn't even cover a single song.
We
didn't touch base on anything. We just went, yeah, it's
we're proud of it. We are proud of it.
It sounds great. Like the production is really fucking good. Is it real drums? Be honest with me.
It is real drums.
It sounds good.
That day, I originally thought we were just recording like 2 songs. That day, Silverado P and B Hiles, the 2 guitarists, showed up and dumped 3 tracks on my lap. And so we recorded the 2 tracks. Gutter and Built for War were the 2 that we were rotating live. We recorded those. And then Hockey Night was a studio track. Merciless was a studio track. And Blood on Your Hands was a studio track. And I tracked all the drums in, I think like 3.5, 4 hours.
You're a good drummer, dude.
Listen, I didn't finish the story. After I stepped out of the studio, they got this guy from Fiverr to come in, re-record the drums.
No, that's fake, dude.
No, thank you. I had a good time. I liked the studio. I feel like, a lot of drummers may not enjoy the studio because it's a long day. I ain't got shit else to do. Let me hang out.
Yeah. This is the thing.
Wife has the boyfriend over.
Yeah, that's right.
Out of the house.
You straight up. You come from metalcore, which I think is like a defining factor a lot of times, because you have to learn how to play real precisely, but then also play to a click.
Yeah, my old man plays guitar and would just like have me, when I was first drumming, when I was like 10, 11 years old, would have me learn Aerosmith greatest hits front to back.
That's
fucking
sick.
ZZ Top greatest hits front to back. And then my teacher would have me play that to like a click set.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like that's stuck in my head. And I feel like it's an important skill to have. I want to do like maybe down the road, maybe with my other band, just like live off the floor and just see like what happens. But I think with like how tech Silverado P and B Hiles are with their playing, like we have to play to a click.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I'm glad it went well. I'm glad people are like, yeah, this is like not bad. Like, good work, instead of being like, yo, this sucks.
Will people actually say that though?
I hope so. Honestly, like if you think it sucks, like I want to hear it.
A good like compliment, I think, to have like Blaine Webster reached out saying like, dude, this is really good.
Yeah.
The production is great.
Yeah.
He's like,
it really, that's what sticks out to me the most is like the mixing is really good.
Yeah.
That's all Brendan. Brendan's like has this little shed in his backyard and he just sits in there and just mixes shit all day. Is like
he doesn't I feel like he doesn't leave. I feel like he definitely has a piss jet. He's just in there for fucking hours.
Cathetered up.
It's plugged in.
Yeah, he's locked into the Matrix for real.
Bedridden.
Yeah, that's the Matrix.
Unplug me from the Matrix. I'm pissing on my jeans.
Dude, red pill me, bro.
Brendan's the most red pill. Like that guy is just like, yeah, that guy's an absolute monster when it comes to just like mixing, and like he's saved us so much time, so much money by having somebody in house that can just do it.
He's
so chill about it.
He's so humble. Like this guy works professionally on TV shows and movies. Like he doesn't talk about it. He's like super humble. He's super like quiet about it. But I'm gonna shout him out right now. He works on like fucking like It Chapter 2. He was like one of the lead editors for it.
What?
And then like the TV show From, he was like an editor on as well. Fucking Heroes, the show Heroes. He's like
the show Heroes.
Yeah,
I honestly have no clue. Like I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't know too much.
I never watched it, but it was big.
Yeah. He was one of the editors for it. So he's just like, he doesn't talk about it, but like if you talk to him about it, he'll be like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah. He's like an evil genius, and like you get him in front of a computer screen, like
we're all on the spectrum a bit, but Brendan's like, he's on
extra spectrumed.
Yeah, in a good, like it's a good thing. Like
spectrum in brackets complementary.
Complimentary. It's like everyone's on the spectrum, but he's got like the smart one.
You get the good one.
Yeah. I got the one that just makes me go in the public bath in Japan and just I can't get naked.
Dive in.
Yeah, dive in. I was the kid that dove in.
It was you. That was.
I got the one that I'm playing drums in a metalcore band.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah. That's. I mean, like I said, I like it. I'm excited to see, where it takes you guys this coming year. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah. I hopefully we get some show offers for like out of province, because this is a pretty selfish and dumb reason. I haven't really seen this country at all. Like I didn't know where Barrie was when I was moving here. I knew it was past Toronto. I didn't know where. I hadn't been to Montreal. Like I went to Montreal. A fruit. Yeah. What the hell?
Bad joke, dude. Points. No points
that was good. I was good. Come on.
Nah, dude. No points for that. That's too easy.
Bosh,
too low hanging.
Alan, bang.
The fruit was too low hanging, dude. You can't do that one.
Hey, that was a good one.
It was hopefully we get some show offers for around the country, like Manitoba, like out east. I got some family out in Newfoundland.
I want to go out east.
Yeah,
like Scotia, New Brunswick.
The Scotia's nice, man.
Like Pale Lake's from there, I think, right? Scotia.
They're not played RIP.
Oh yeah, fuck, eh? Well, fuck.
Piercing damages from PEI.
Dude, I've actually been to PEI before.
Straight edge hardcore from PEI.
No way.
Where's Means to an End from? Are they from out east or are they Western End? Oh, Manitoba?
Yeah. Means to an End or from Winnipeg?
They're on the Be About It comp, and I heard them for the first time. That's my favorite song on that.
They played with Kaunashi and Street Justice. That's how I discovered.
Oh, sick, yeah. Well, Ty, I really appreciate y'all hanging out on the podcast. It's been round 2. Next time we'll have a third person. We'll have Silverado.
We'll get Silverado P would be peak brain rot, but if you want it more controlled and you want us to not hold you hostage for 2.5 hours, you gotta get Van. Van is our mediator. It's the only mature person in the band. The rest of us are just
okay
giggling.
just saying like stupid shit the whole time. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do it. We'll figure it out. It'll be like a year and a half from now, but it's good. What's your favorite city for beans and breakdowns?
Favorite city for beans and breakdowns? Shit, Barrie. Check out Barrie.
Hasn't changed. It hasn't changed.
No, Barrie forever. Or Seattle. Shout out to Seattle. Right?
Seattle.
Dude,
Best
no,
coffee in the world.
that's fake.
That's fake news.
Just because like I haven't really traveled Canada, I'm gonna say just by default, I'm counting the GTA as one city because they have Hatch, and I really
Hatch?
love a Hatch dark roast.
A dark roast?
I love a dark roast because I've just absolutely rat fucked my taste buds with like
I like
sodium.
a blonde roast is where I'm at.
I go like the lightest as possible, but Hatch does that really well.
Yeah, I got a tour of the Hatch roastery, and it is insane. It is so.
Where is it?
It's in Markham.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very sick. But yeah, GTA as a whole, but you know, close to my heart, Barrie, Bohemia. Let's do Simcoe. No, is Aurelia Simcoe County still?
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. Aurelia too.
Really, yeah.
There's no hardcore bands out of Aurelia, so we're claiming Aurelia. And
It's just part of the fucking
over.
Barrie scene.
yeah, that's ours now. Sorry, yoink. We're gonna take Mark IV Brothers and Lone Wolf and all their V60s.
Shout out Cochrane, the first ever Tim Hortons. Let's go.
I thought it was in Hamilton.
Tim Horton is from.
Oh, never mind. Tim Hortons from Cochrane. So fuck it. Just I don't know.
The actual
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
I guess
the actual Tim Horton.
Timothy Horton is from Cochrane?
Timothy H. Horton. Yeah,
Because the original Tim Hortons is from Hamilton.
yeah, that's right.
incredible stuff.
That's right.
Hamilton, best city in Canada, dude.
I actually think Hamilton's nice. I like working.
I love Hamilton.
Construction in Hamilton's nice because I can find parking. I'm not like fucking gonna get a ticket from some dickhead in Toronto.
It's like a giant ghost town full of fentanyl addicts.
Yeah, and full of places that need cement. So
It's like Barrie
Sure, I'll be
too.
there.
It's similar to Barrie in ways, I think.
Shout out Synonym in Hamilton for real. It's like one of my favorite coffee shops.
Shout out Rise Above Pizzeria.
Dude, is that like is that a nod?
Yeah, it's a vegan spot in Barrie. Very
That's
good.
sick. Well, cool.
Hey,
I'm glad-
sorry, in Hamilton. My bad.
Oh yeah, in Hamilton. Well, shout out all my Gavelton friends.
yes, shout out Josh Agnoletto, the only person who texts me every day, and it makes me feel seen.
He texts everybody all the time. It's insane.
He's texting. He'll be like, "What job site are you at today, sweetheart?" And then he'll send me a 0.5 selfie of him shitting.
That's that's
yeah.
common.
It's incredible. I love Josh.
I think he's just always on his phone.
Yeah, he's an electrician. He's not fucking sweeping anything up. He's just texting. You know, he's not cleaning up his job site, filthy man.
No, that's what you get construction cleanup crews for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, guys, I very much appreciate y'all. Thank you for allowing me to go to work last weekend. Because
Get that money.
I was
Yeah, dude.
stressed.
We'll
I
do
don't
a
get,
doctor's
I only
note.
get tips.
We'll do a doctor's note next time for sure.
I didn't go to the doc. I went to work.
Well, we'll need some
I'm going to
sort
show
of
you like a pay stub or something.
Yeah. First and last pay stub.
I don't even get pay stubs, so I don't even know what I'm going to do now.
Incredible.
Oh, buddy.
Just
All
do a money spread.
My $40.
Show me your tip out.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks for having us on. Sorry
Yeah,
we held
thanks,
you
buddy.
hostage for like fucking 2+ hours.
thank you guys so much for hanging out. Looking forward to seeing y'all in April. Hopefully sooner if we can get a show lined up, but y'all rock.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Beans and Breakdowns. I want to say a huge thanks to both the Ties for hanging out on this episode of the podcast. Be sure to listen to Built for War from Slewfoot, their newest EP, available on all streaming platforms. If you've enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe and leave a review. You can find out more information about the podcast by following us on Instagram at Beans and Breakdowns or on the web at beansandbreakdowns.com. Until next week, be sure to stay caffeinated and wake the fuck up.